Every time that I prep for a meet, I get the CNS flu.
CNS flu, boys. Right now, I'm dealing with a like a strained or sprained UCL. So I haven't squatted with a squat bar in like 5 weeks, and I haven't been. It's like the same. It's not tendonitis. It's like the same thing like baseball players get, like when they have Tommy John surgery. Any kind of like pressure I put on my fingers or anything. So a lot of it's been from like low bar, so like getting everything kind of tucked back. It's been like to the point where like I go to pick up my 9-pound cat at home, and I'm like, it's like my arm is like shredded. You know what I mean? So it's like out of the gym, it's like it's starting to affect stuff too. So I've been trying to give it like a little bit of time to kind of chill out here and stuff, but hopefully it'll be all healed up. But 20 weeks out from that other meet here in Utah, I'm like after next week I deload. So I just got to start really, really light and just hope it just fucking gets through the beat.
Yeah, I've had bicep tendonitis before, and I would be like unloading a bench bar, and I would just drop things. I'd be like, oh, okay. I guess I can't grip anything right now. I know this is something that happens to me, but leading up to a meet, we all kind of lose our sanity a little bit. What kind of things do you go through leading up to a meet?
I think a lot of it's like, you probably think of like all these like, I mean, like 5-6 weeks out, like if you've had any kind of like a productive like volume strength block leading into your peak, like you're feeling beat up, you know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be like dealing with major injuries, but everything hurts. So like you're overanalyzing everything.
Oh yeah.
The last meet that you and I did, I tore my thumbs. We're talking about, you know, using straps. I tore my thumbs like a good chunk on both sides, doing like a rep set on like a deficit pull or something like that. I was doing like 660 for like triples. And on the very last set, with like set 6, I ripped my thumbs. And so now it's like 5 weeks out. Like I have maybe one more heavy pull, and then I do my opener, and that's it till the meet. And it's like, just throws your whole, you know, you can't go into the gym and think about like, you know, having an optimal day. You're trying to work around something, you know what I mean? So put all this time into it, and it's just, you start stressing out about it. You know what I mean? That could be like a little thing. Like my last squat I did before the meet, I did like 770 for like 6 singles.
Damn.
My back hurt. No, it's just like I got through the workout, and I come home, and like, you know, all the adrenaline wears off, and you're stiff, and you're whipping around the house, and it's like, I gotta go in like 8 days here. I can barely, you know, go to the kitchen and make some food or something. So it's like you go to the PT. I got a massage. I went to the PT probably 2 or 3 times that week, you know, just to get work done before the meet. You know what I mean? Just to sit there and make sure everything kind of alleviated itself. But it's like you're exhausting every resource to sit there and make sure you're good because you've invested so much time. You know what I mean? It's like anything that last week, it's got to be perfect.
It's like what Dan says: don't make the last 12 weeks suck, or like make sure it meant something.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And everything's meticulous. You're the same way. You plan out your training. You sit there and you're on top of everything with your sleep, your supplements, your food intake, what you're doing during the day. I've seen you know, post videos about like, you know, like powerlifting isn't like, you know, I want to go out on a hike during the weekend and then I have a big squat session coming up, or like I'm gonna go to the theme park with my friends and have a good time, go to the beach. It's like, no, I'm gonna sit at home and just rest and eat and recover and get ready for the next session. And there's guys that can sit there and do that, and you know, hats off to them, but I'm not one of those people. I gotta be very particular in everything I do with my food, my sleep, my rest, my activity, and recovery. Maybe that's mental, but you know, if it is mental, I need to do it. You know what I mean? So it gets the results that I'm looking for, and the progress that I've been making. And I don't know, we all got our weird little thing that we have to kind of keep in our repertoire.
Yeah, it's almost borderline superstitious, but you don't want to mess with it, because if it's not superstitious, you don't want to be shooting yourself in the foot.
But I think that superstitious, like say that 5 times fast, superstitiousness, it puts you in like a tunnel vision mindset. Like it's almost, you have like these rituals that you do, or these like certain things that you have to keep up. And it's like, I tell Craig, like when we're doing like volume blocks and stuff like that, and we have like, we'll do, you know, 4 sets of 10, 5 sets of 8, and we're doing all these rep work, you know, twice a week. It's like you're making payments, you know what I mean? It's like you're getting paid at the end of the 12-week prep, but it's like you got to make down payments to get there and stuff. But if you haven't made those, if everything hasn't been checked off along the way to get to that point, you know, you feel like you're not gonna, you know, be ready for the goal that you need. And granted, you don't have to hit everything perfect. You know what I mean? If you have a perfect prep, you know, it's very, it's great, but it's not like something that you can sit there and do every single time. You know what I mean? Yeah. This last meet was my best meet ever. I missed lifts going in. I was hurt going in. you know, you deal with things. I rip my thumbs, you know, a multitude of things happen, but it's like, if everything you're doing, if you're doing everything right 87% of the time, 90% of the time, you give yourself a little wiggle room, you know what I mean, at a certain point. And yeah, I don't know, I can ramble about that kind of stuff all day. We're all weird, dude. We all have our own kind of specific stuff kind of going in that we need to make sure we have checked off.
Yeah, I usually like double down on all my, like, the food, the supplements, the training, the sleep. It throws my wife hates it, because I'll be like, I need like 27 and a half minutes of red light therapy right before bed so I can get this sort of stimulus.
What is the benefit from that? I see people doing that online all the time, like the glasses and everything. Is it like what's the benefit?
It's so I'm not an expert on it, but it's almost like your cells require energy. Like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and that's about as far as any sort of school teaches anyone. But it requires some sort of energy outside of food and calories to be able to recover. So that's how it gets a lot of its energy, is through light, and the light that penetrates you the most. Like if you take a flashlight, like you see the only light that goes through is the red light. That's the light that's going to penetrate your body the most, and you're going to be able to absorb the most energy from that. So it kind of helps your cells recover. It helps you recover at a cellular level a little bit. And it's kind of weird, because you kind of get like I don't want to call it a buzz, but like a restlessness, because you're just full of energy.
Charged up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So would you say that's comparable to kind of like, I know people that like, I was talking about Shane Hunt earlier, like he's big on just being out on the sun like all the time. Like he came over to stay with me a couple months ago. We woke up early, he was just outside, like self in my car, you know what I mean? Like I was like, what's the best? He's like, oh dude, vitamin D, man, you gotta get it in. And I was like, it's like little things like that, dude. Like I would do like cryotherapy, I would do that twice a week, just to sit there and, you know, have, you know, just for the recovery aspect of it, you know what I mean? It flushes all that new blood into your muscles and everything, and then you do the Normatec or massage afterwards, stuff like that, and then it just kind of pushes everything, you know, all the other toxins out. You're talking about getting the most bang for your buck for even like food consumption. Like I've got really big on like bone broths recently. Like I'll do that, like, you know, with the Monster Mash, it makes it so much easier. Like I've eaten so much terrible ground beef and rice in my life that like, you're like, you can put like hot sauce on it, whatever, like it's dry, dude, it sucks. Yeah. But it's the cheapest thing you can get, you know, and it's for your bang for your buck. Dude, pouring the bone broth in there, I got one where it's like 10 grams of protein extra, so like, that's like awesome, you know what I mean? And it makes it like soup. Like it's so easy just to like down a whole thing of that, you know what I mean? But it's also good for your gut biome, you know what I mean? Like I want, you know, between that and probiotics and, you know, collagen, whatever, I mean, it makes the food you're taking in, you absorb more of it, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know, same thing. If I'm going to eat all this food, I want to make sure I'm getting as much out of it as I can. It doesn't taste great, you know what I mean? I'd rather be eating something better.
It's like dog food.
Let's get our most bang for the buck. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
You got to eat like a dog, man. Same thing every single day.
Yeah, it's almost like the old Louis Simmons mantra, where horses are the most stressed out athletes. So, because if they lose, they die. They just go to the glue factory. So all the best supplements are made for horses. You got horse liniment, you got maltodextrin, you got the horse vitamins. Like you gotta eat like the best athletes to be the best, kind of like that.